it's Mark from Mind Frontiers. We're going to have a little discussion about phobias and how getting down to the specifics of the phobia can actually change your phobia and actually get rid of it in a lot of cases. So what do I mean by getting down to the specifics? So for example, if you're frightened of the spider, now is it the spider you're frightened of? Ask yourself a question. Is it the spider that I'm frightened of? Or is it the situation? What about the spider is the scary bit? So I've worked with people in the past. When I've worked with people in the past, there was a lady who was scared of birds. And it got so bad that she couldn't cross the street because the bird would scare her. So she'd have to cross the street and sometimes spend an hour a day getting to and from work because the birds would scare her. Now, our mind is like a computer. So if we bring up a file, mark birds and mark fear, because of an incident that happened. Now it turned out she was 2 years old and a bird landed on her and was pecking at near her mouth to get some food. Because she had food on like a toddler does. But it wasn't just that one bird. It soon, when it happens again, oh, there's a bird there, I'm scared. So it becomes all birds, and phobias become generalised. So if you have an incident with a spider, the more times that you think of it, it gets so bad that you even think of a spider, it becomes scary. So this is what I mean by getting down to the specifics. Because it might have been a one-time event, but it's become so generalised and it encompasses everything, which means that you're stopping yourself, you're avoiding situations because of this phobia. So get down to the specifics. In case of this lady, it turned out it wasn't the bird she was scared of, it was the beak, and the noise the beak made as it was pecking at the food. When we changed that specific about the beak and the noise, we changed it to something fuzzy and cute and funny and cuddly. Her phobia went away. She sits in her mum's house with a parrot on her shoulder. Because why? We've changed the specifics. When you say I'm frightened of flying or I'm frightened of spiders, you're generalising. Because that's how the phobia has developed. By narrowing it down to finding out exactly what it's specifically about that spider or about the fear of flying. Is it the turbulence? Is it the motion? Is it going up high? When you narrow it down, you can change how it's felt and how it's perceived. And when you change how it's perceived, it no longer is a problem. So there's lots of little tips to do that. You can make the fear seem funny in your mind, because your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. There's things called EFT, EMDR, hypnosis, all of which I can do and other people can do. But it's about, if you get down to the specifics of the phobia, what is it specifically about the spider that causes you an issue? So ask yourself, what is it specifically that causes me a problem with the phobia, with the fear of flying, with whatever it might be that scares you and stops you doing your day-to-day life? Stops you going on holiday, stops you going in town, stops you having to you've got to cross the street to avoid the birds. You can't go on holiday to certain areas because of snakes or spiders. What is it specifically that bothers you about that thing that you want to do that you can't do? This phobia that's stopping you. And then when you ask yourself that, sit and wait for the answer. Because when you wait for the answer, something will come back. And then ask yourself, well, what is it specifically about that bothers me? Keep asking the question until you really narrow it down, and often you'll get back to that one-off experience that's happened in the past. Because the beauty of that is the past is in the past. So you can put it back where you used to wear nappies, and because you can't remember when you used to wear nappies. But if you can remember the specific, you can do all the things that you need to do to change that and how you perceive it. And there's lots of different techniques to do that. I hope this helps some of you guys, because I know some people live their life in phobias and live their lives going, well, I'm not going to do that because if I do that, there'll be a spider there or whatever. I'm not going to go to that bat cave in the zoo with the children, even though the children want to go in there. Why? Because it's dark and I'm scared of bats. Well, that's a generalisation. Just get down to the specifics and see what happens. Right, please like and share my videos, guys. You know, I really want to try and get more people following my page, because let's get the information out there. Let's try and sort people's lives out, because people's lives are just run by media, and we're programmed to be depressed. So let's get out of a trance, guys, and let's get where we want to be and get people out of a trance and moving forward with their lives. So like and share my video, guys, and I'll be in touch soon.